Good morning, everybody. Our day has begun with a big lorry coming down the hill with our next delivery of stone. And this is a big one. Right, here we go. If you're new around here and you're wondering why a tipper truck has just dumped huge stones on our driveway, allow me to explain. We're the Newbys, a family building our dream stone house in the mountains of northern Portugal. It's a new, modern house, but one that celebrates traditional stonemasonry and the good old ways of doing things. We're releasing 2 episodes a week documenting our journey, and we would love to have you with us. So much, it's been amazing to have you around. Right, there you have it. Another delivery of stone.
We've got a delivery traffic jam this morning. That's a lot going on.
You can see John in the background there with buckets of water. He is just quickly watering everything. We've got that time of the year where obviously it's not raining because it's the summer and it's getting really, really hot. So every morning he's emptying what we've got available in our well onto everything. You know, we've now got really extensive gardens, veggie gardens, the lawn, fruit trees, orchards. Everything needs a lot of water, so it needs careful management, and he's doing his best to make the most of the resources we have available.
Okay, I was just about to start working on the tiny house bathroom, and we've had another delivery just come in. This one's pretty exciting. It's not sand or more stone. Well, it is more stone. It's the stone, there it is, that's going to make up the window frames. So let me explain what I mean by that. We're looking to get aluminium windows, and aluminium windows are typically very straight and don't fit very easily up against stone. So what we're going to do is we're going to use big columns of stone, straight cut stone, around the edges of the more irregular stone so that we can then slide these aluminium windows into place. I'm pretty confident that Eduardo and Joaquim, our main contractor and our architect, have got this one spot on. I'm excited to see what it looks like. So that's a real lot of stuff delivered on site today. Really a lot of stuff delivered on site today. If I were to sit down and think really hard about it, I'd probably get quite nervous about it all. You know, it's like going on an all-inclusive holiday, I suppose, isn't it? You just pay your price and then you don't worry about how much anything else is costing because you kind of already paid for it. But if I were buying all of this stuff separately and it was coming in and the bills were coming in separately, I think I'd be pretty nervous about today's spend. You know, we got 3 different projects here. We got Mario's stones for the staircase that we're going to be building just right there over near Robinson's Rock. We've got the window stones just come in, and then we've got a whole bunch of new stone just delivered for the walls. We've also had sand and cement delivered today, and I've got a whole bunch of deliveries come through for the tiny house as well. You know, tiny house is inexpensive compared to all this jazz, but there's a lot of money going out at the moment. It's pretty stressful stuff. So stressful, you'll probably notice that I've got plasters on my glasses at the moment. If you're from the UK and you remember our old TV show called Coronation Street, I think it's still going on. I haven't been in the UK for a long time. I think it's still there. There was a guy called Jack Duckworth, I think it was, who always had a plaster over the corner of his glasses. Now, the boys went and sat on my glasses. And I don't actually have any time to go to the opticians and get a new pair of glasses fixed. So you might be seeing me with plasters on the corner of my glasses for a little while. Hopefully at the weekend we can get that fixed. Okay, so it's tea break now. The generator's just gone off. All the deliveries are there. Fellas are in their little shed there having tea break. So I'm going to go and get on and mix some of my own cement and start working on putting in a shower into the tiny house bathroom. Okay, so how's it looking? Yesterday we put down those threshold tiles. We put in the wooden framework around the door. We also put in this concrete floor. It's definitely not level, but I'm not really worried about that because we're going to put a self-leveling compound down before we start tiling. We've got exit points, drain points for toilet, and all the plumbing's in for the water. Water pipes over in this corner to a sink area, and over here we've got a floor drain, and then the shower drain is right there. So this is what I'm going to do today. I've already been out this morning and picked up the blocks. We need a wall there to separate the shower, and then I think it's going to be a concrete worktop here. So tomorrow the fellas are going to come in and they're going to do the rendering of the walls inside and out, and I'd love for them to be able to render these blocks as well at the same time, and then I can of course start working on getting a surface in there as well. So let's mix some cement up and get those blocks in place, see where we get to. Hopefully we can get that all finished and squared off by the end of today. And then what we'll have is, I think it probably is going to be Adam coming in on Saturday and just doing the renderings across the walls. $82, okay. I know that 82 sounds like a bit of a random number, but that's 80 centimeters wide plus 2 centimeters for the render that's going to go on probably tomorrow now. You know, we've got a cockerel, I think it's maybe the silky, one of the silkies. That one, when it has a cock-a-doodle-doo moment, it definitely sounds like one of the boys, you know. It actually sounds like Sawyer having a little bit of a cross moment. Okay, what do you think?
I love it.
Okay, is it?
Can I walk on here?
Yeah.
Obviously, because you're walking on here.
Is it too high or is it too low?
It's definitely not too high. It might be too low because everything's going to get wet. If you think of someone washing their hair.
Okay, so I got to go up another block.
Well done, love. That looks really cool. What's the matter? We can refill it. I bought a bottle of refillables. Oh, nice. You're welcome. That looks amazing, doesn't it? Look at that. You know, there was this whole thing of trying to make this bathroom as cheap as possible and use as much of the stuff that we already have on the farm as possible. And shower boxes are actually really, well, they're not really expensive, but it would have been about 300, 400 euros to get the shower tray and the glass box. When actually this works really, really well. And this inspiration for this has come from so much of our travels, especially in places like safari camps, where they often do this kind of shower setup, where they build up walls to build the shower. I think it's brilliant, and it's going to look so lovely in here when it's all done. John's just done such a great job, as he always does. It never ceases to amaze me what this man can put his mind to when he wants to, which he wants to do all the time. I must be the luckiest wife on the planet, truly. and I'm super proud of him. So yeah, what a good job.
So I think Adam's going to come in here tomorrow.
Okay.
And do the rendering. So I kind of want it to be, there we go, level at the very least, so he doesn't come in and go, oh my goodness, what have I got to do here? Yeah, so what I know about Adam and his team is that they'll be able to make anything I look dreadful good, as long as the structure's there. And I've put a lot of rebar in this and I've made it strong, but it looks bloody awful at the moment.
It's better than what I could do, darling.
Well, I'm just, all I'm thinking is, you know, blocks securely on top of each other. Adam comes in tomorrow with his mates. They stick a whole bunch of render on it, and at the end of the day, it's all nice and flat and looks lovely. If you're not very good at stuff like this, like me, there are lots of ways to fix problems that are super easy. So you don't have to go out and lay perfect block work, you know, especially if you're going to render it. Talk to the Georgians about that. The Georgians were the experts at basically throwing together buildings out of anything that they could find. If you look behind any of those £1 million houses in London with the big tall windows, behind the render is block work thrown up by kids. Probably a little bit better than me, but anyway, it doesn't look very nice behind that render, and that's basically what we're doing here. We've put up a load of block work. It looks pretty awful at the moment, but the fellas are going to come in, tidy it up, and hopefully when we're finished, we'll have a nice £1 million bathroom.
I recently watched a YouTube video from another creator, a really, really big creator, and they talked about an incident where their address had been leaked and it caused them a whole world of trouble. And we are really protective of our privacy. We take our security really seriously by protecting our online data. Data brokers use your information to make money for their own purposes. Without the use of something super clever like Incogni, it would be impossible for you and us to keep on top of it. Incogni's incredibly clever software scours the internet and looks at all of the data broker websites to find where your data has been leaked. Data brokers are looking for things like your address, your phone number, even your health records. It can lead to really dangerous scenarios where loans are taken out in your name because your information is in the wrong hands. Or, what would be a worst case scenario for us would be that people just start appearing at your address uninvited. Once Incogni's software finds your data, it requests that it is removed. And if you sign up for their annual plan, it will keep checking to make sure that it hasn't reappeared. If you use the link in our description and our code, TheNewbys, or scan this QR code, you will get 60% off their annual plan. Take it seriously, guys. I couldn't recommend it enough. We wouldn't be without it, and everything you need to know is in the description below this video.
You're coming up as well, are you, Sawyer? What have you got there? Yum, yum, ice pop. Hello, Obi. So we've been out, we've just got back, and the window's gone in.
Now, that looks amazing. I have to be honest, I was a little bit unsure about these, and when John and Eduardo were talking to me about them, I was like, no, I want there to be like a rustic finish around the windows and for it to be not too uniform. But Eduardo, he's got a good eye, and he was like, look, I really think this is going to look beautiful, with the contrast between the rough and the smooth, with the windows and the doors framed beautifully. And then, because we've got the top half of the house rendered and the bottom half in stone, to have the ability to put these stone frames on the top half and kind of tie it all together really nicely, I think will be great. And he was quite right. Seeing these in place now, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be beautiful. It just makes these window spaces look so settled and so firm. And the colour is a perfect match to the colour of our actual stones. Of course it must be, but they've done really, really well.
So this upright here that Adam's just tied the rope to, it's got a small chip right at the very top, just where Adam's hand is right now. So we're spinning it around so the chip's not on the front. Make it look better.
Honestly, the speed at which this is starting to feel like a house is incredible. It's like every single day there's something new. Arches going in, stone going up, walls coming in. And now, window stones and window frames going into place. That makes it feel super real, doesn't it? I really thought I was going to need some convincing on this, but I think it's absolutely perfect. You know what I love about that window in particular, and I'm really glad they started with that one, is it's giving me like Naxos vibes. A few years ago, it was kind of during the pandemic. In fact, I think I was pregnant with Crusoe. We went on a little island hopping trip in Greece. And we went to the island of Naxos, and on Naxos they have a temple for Apollo, which looks almost exactly like that window.
Well, it's made of stone and it's kind of the same shape, isn't it?
Or you could say we've just put the National Geographic window on our side of our house.
But it's definitely a really good window to start off with, isn't it? Because of the shape.
Yeah, it's a really great window, and I'm so relieved to see it in place. This house is going to be so special, and I'm so proud of us. Aren't you, love?
Yeah, well, I'm proud of everybody involved. I think it's just.
When I say us, I mean like all of us.
Yeah.
Us, Eduardo, Joaquim, his team, like everybody's just doing such a cracking job, and I'm so stoked with it.
You're right, darling.
Yeah, I'm a bit sad.
Why is that?
So Shiva, who's been working on site, one of the Nepalese guys, is going home tomorrow. It's his last day on our site today. We didn't know that until about 5 minutes ago. I'm delighted for him to be going home, because every lunch, him and Roby are both phoning home and kind of chatting to their families and stuff. So it must be so hard to be away from your family. So I'm really pleased for him that he's going home, but we're really going to miss him. So Shiva, if you're watching, thank you so much. It's been amazing to have you around. He's just always super polite, super friendly, amazing with the boys. And I don't know, just a really great energy to have around, wasn't he?
Yeah, Shivu.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So
Dude.
Travel safely, and thank you so much. Namaste. Tomorrow, Adao and the guys are coming to render the house.
They're going to give us a hand,
Give us a hand in the...
They're going to make all of my dodgy work this afternoon and this morning look amazing.
Yeah, they're going to fix it all, make it look beautiful.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys then.
My dog. Behind me is Tara, sat at the computer, and behind her is a bed, and behind that is a curtain that I've just hung up over the doorway to the bathroom. Adam and Bruno, his son, have come over to help us make that bathroom look really, really special. I know Crusoe's already been busy working away. Joao's over here, Crusoe. He's been busy working away with Joao. Joao's on site too. So a lot's going to be happening today, and hopefully by the end of the day we will see some massive, massive change. Yo.
So I don't have like an idea. Just
Yeah.
check.
Yeah.
Depois silicone.
Silicone.
E aqui massa.
See. Okay.
Up the metal.
Yeah.
Like silicone.
Yeah.
And down like cement. Cement and all that.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
You can paint
See.
the metal in green too. if you
Okay.
want, or something.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it like that.
Melhor, que a água depois
See.
não-
The
Aqua.
water goes.
Yeah.
And the soil not go to the wind.
Okay.
Deixa por deixa lá tão. Corta isto.
Marca aí direitinho, que eu vou lá.
Okay, so what Adam's saying there is instead of an actual windowsill, what we'll do is we'll chop that piece of metal right there, stick it underneath, paint it green, and then cement up to it. So this is the first lot of cement, concrete going in. Nice. Off we go, folks. Oh, I've been playing with the boys and cleaning out the trough, you know, the big trough next to the garden, next to the courtyard. We often fill it with water and let the boys splash around in it. Hot days like today, especially important. Anyway, it's 11:15, so the fellas have been going at it for a couple of hours now. Let's have a look, see how they're getting on. Wall over there coming together. Boom. Obrigado, Adam. And this wall over here is starting to look good too. We're going to come over from the top. It's maybe easier. Look at that. Great.